Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, day 2 vlog. And today's episode on the channel is how much money it would take you to start a brush hogging business. Because I started a brush hogging business, so this is something I know a little bit about. So the first thing you're gonna need in your brush hogging business would of course be a tractor and a brush hog, like what I have right here. And whenever I bought the 4640, actually it popped up in my phone yesterday. It was November 29th of 2020. I paid $20,000 for the 4640. So for this tractor right here, I paid $20,000 for this tractor. It's not the prettiest and it's not the best looking tractor. I know you can get on like there's a couple Facebook groups that I follow, and 4640s are fairly cheap, or cheaper tractors in that group because of the big 1000 PTO. That's the one thing that ruins these tractors, because a lot of implements and PTO driven things out there are 540 and 1000, which is a shaft that goes right, that shaft right there, and then say like this side right here would be the 1000, and then there's a little pin right in there that you take out, and then this whole shaft slides out, and then you can swap it around and put it back in, and then it would make it a 540. Sadly enough, the 4640 is only a big 1000 PTO shaft, so there's not a whole lot you can do on it or with it. But I paid $20,000 for this tractor right here, and then this brush hog. We own this brush hog, and this brush hog has been paid off by the farm. But I tried buying it last year from Dad for my business, and Dad wanted to sell me this brush hog right here for $20,000 also. So that would put us at $40,000 for a full setup, unless you know someone that's a local neighbor that has a 20-foot brush hog, or has a tractor that you can borrow, or something along those lines, to help pay for everything that you have bought or going to buy or looking into buying. You can go to your local cattle farms and be like, hey, my name is such and such. Would you, if I started a brush hogging business, would you hire me? And they would either say yes or no. How I got my start in the brush hogging business actually is a guy in our hometown that used to do custom mowing work was going to get out, and he did a post on Facebook that said looking for someone to do custom work. And then me being me, we already had the tractor and brush hog hooked up. I said yes, I will gladly take the work. And I ended up doing like 10,000 acres of pasture that year. It was so much pasture. And now I'm so good at mowing pastures and everything, whenever I'm going along the fence, I don't have to look. And yes, most of the time you guys might say, well, Kale, your tractor has duals on it. Do you mow with duals? No, I do not mow with duals on the tractor. I will take the duals off, and I will set them on the ground, and then I will take this adapter off too sometimes. And why do I do that? Well, sometimes cattle people don't have the biggest fences or the biggest entrance in the world to fit into the next field. But that is just how it is, because they design their pastures and fields for the feed trucks to get in and out. So if the feed trucks can get in and out, then they aren't gonna make it big enough to get a tractor through there. Like one pasture I mow, the lady actually takes the fence and lays the fence down, and whenever I have to call her and I'll be like, hey, I'm going back into that field, and she'll come over and help me get across the fence. But how much money can you make mowing pastures? My first year of mowing pastures, I made, from one lady, I made $10,000 mowing her pastures. And it took me about 3 months to get across all the pastures. But that was also when I was first starting out. Now I can make $10,000 in about 3 weeks. Because I am a lot faster, I'm a lot better. I just go, 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 go. How much money did I make this year mowing pastures? Oh, I made $25,000 if I remember correctly on mowing pastures. It was either $25,000 or $24,000 in that range of mowing pastures with the 4640 and our John Deere HX20 brush hog. So yes, there is money in it. You just got to work at it. Like, I know some people that have a brush hogging business, and what they do is, if there's no pastures, they go to their conservation or MoDOT or other people that do a lot of brush hogging, and they be like, hey, we want to bid your brush hogging service. And then they, if they allow it, they will bid their service for them. That's just a little intake on like what it takes to start a brush hogging business, and it's not very hard work. You just got to be willing to do the work to start the business. Like whenever I bought the 4640, it didn't have this remote. I made enough money, I got the third remote put on it, which I didn't make any money personally. I didn't make any money this year because the 4640's transmission went out. So I had to put a whole new transmission in the 4640. So that cost me about $15,000. And then after the end of the year, the parts bill on the brush hog, I had to pay that, and that was about $5,000. And you might say, Kale, you got $5,000 left over from $25,000. Yes, I do. But I also have to pay taxes on that money. So mowing pastures is more or less if you're a younger kid and you're trying to make easy, quick money, it's something to do. If your grandpa has, let's say, a 40-20 and a 15-foot brush hog, that'd work fine. If your great-great-grandpa's cousin has a 4455 John Deere, or let's say a T8 New Holland, and they got either a 25-foot Schulte or a 20-foot Deere or a bush hog mower, and you want to make some quick money, but you don't really want to spend all day in the fields working and harvesting and everything like that on your family farm, but you're like me and you like to see clean pastures or clean roadsides, go for it. It is easy money. That's the only reason why I mow pastures, is because in one day I can make $1,000 a day on what I charge per acre. So if I remember it correctly, if I mow 52 acres in one day at the amount that I charge, I make $1,000 a day. And you might be thinking, Kale, 52 acres, $1,000 a day? Yes, 52 acres equals $1,000 a day. But Kale, 52 acres isn't a lot. No, 52 acres, it's not a lot to do in a day. I have done 160, 200 acres in a day. But whenever I get on the kick of in the 4640 and the brush hog, and I want to make a lot of money, I'll get there at 5 a.m. See, as you guys can see on the 4640, she has LED lights all the way around. Completely around this tractor. There's one there, there's two here, and then same on the other side. So I can start when it's dark, and I can run all night long if I want to, because the tractor is bright enough that I can do that. Like these lights right here, so say I'm running against the fence, these lights right here are bright enough that I could see the edge of my mower and then over a little ways. So I can run into the night. That's why I can make a lot of money super duper quick. But I have to watch out for ditches and things. So most of the time I will start a field in the morning, and on that field, I will go around the whole field 2 or 3, 4 times, and then I'll find the ditches, and then I'll work the ditches out of that field. And then, if say I'm still in that field at night, I don't have to worry about the ditches or any of that, because I'd be like, oh, I mowed this, I need to turn around and then hit my other path. Another cool upgrade I did to my brush hog was I added this on right here, this little hose deal right here and one right there. And it's not really a big upgrade, but what it did for me has saved me a lot of time and money, because sometimes you kind of get in a little pinch, and the little piddly deal that John Deere gives you that's about the size of my finger, it does not like to hold the hoses up whenever you're bouncing across ditches or things like that. Another thing that I have figured out on John Deere brush hogs that I absolutely hate, and I wish John Deere would have recalled these or completely redesigned, are John Deere tires. John Deere tires do not like pavement. So, like this side right here, these are both bush hog tires. I go to our local New Holland dealer, I get those tires. These 2 tires, well, they haven't blown up on me yet. Like this tire, this is bush hog, and then that's a deer. Another thing that I deal with a lot are these springs right here. Our brush hog loves to pop these springs out. You'll get this brush hog bouncing and hopping, and those springs will just pop. I don't know why, but I guess that's how it's gonna go. Maybe down the road, once I make some more money, I'm gonna try to get a 25-foot Schulte brush hog without the springs or airbags, because I've ran an airbag mower. I love an airbag mower, but the airbags suck when they pop. And this is the height that I mow every pasture at. I mow everyone's pasture the same, unless they're going to go in there to add fence, and there's a section, I'll drop the mower down, I'll mow it to the dirt. Another thing that we have on our brush hog would be this big 1000 shaft, just so it would work on the 4640, which you might say, Kale, you don't need 3 remotes for your 4640 to use a brush hog. You could just tie the remotes and wings together. Yes, I can. I could get a valve that's back there that ties this wing and this wing together. But me personally, I don't know about any of you guys, but me personally, I like having the 3rd remote on my brush hog. So if I'm mowing, I could lift this wing halfway up, and then this wing, it can be down in the dirt. That way, if the mower kind of starts walking or something, I could use that other wing to help balance out the mower, which is something that is very nice that I have figured out that I personally like the most. There is a lot of things that you can do or buy to make your brush hogging business better, and it's easy money. Like, I started this business at I was about 15 years old, 14, 15, in that range, and I used to just mow everything around here, or I'd ride with Dad, and we had a 7320, and this brush hog, of course, and I would ride around with Dad, and I just love brush hogging so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. So I got older, and I'm like, hey, I want to start my own business of mowing pastures. And I finally got enough money, because the 7320, it decided to pop the head gasket on it, and it wasn't the best tractor either, but it decided to break down, so I went out and bought the 4640. The 4640 is a quad range tractor, as you can see. So you have your A, your B, your C, and your D, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you have the tractor in one, you just take this and you just knock it over. No clutch needed. And if you want to go down, you just hit it over. No clutch needed. The 4640 is kind of like a power shift tractor. but instead of having multiple gears like a power shift tractor, so instead of just hitting a little button and just going faster and faster and grabbing more gears, you have to just slide it up into the next set. So you can start out in 1 and then 2 and then 3 and 4. But what I tend to do is whenever I go from 2, I'll press in the clutch and I'll shove it forward into 4. Well, 3 and then 4. And if you say you want road gear, you'd put it in D, and then you'd take off in 1, then 2, and then 3 and 4. So the 4640 is a very nice tractor that I have found that I like the most for mowing pastures instead of like a power shift tractor, because you can go a lot slower in my personal mind, and it just feels a lot better on mowing pastures. Another thing I really like about this tractor is it's all mechanical. So you might be saying, Kale, mechanical? Yes, it is a mechanical tractor. And what I mean by mechanical is there's no wires. All your shifting and all of your, more or less everything you need to make the tractor run, there's no wires. The only wires on this tractor would be from your batteries to your starters, and then like this wire that doesn't work anymore, but that's for ether. And these little girls, they don't need ether. And there's some wiring in the tractor for like the essentials, like air conditioning, radio, such and such. Like my air conditioning, it's currently broke, so I have this little wire here, and this little wire is what runs my air conditioning. And all it is this little wire is hooked into the positive on the battery, and then it makes this little deal right here magnetize, and that's what turns the air conditioning pump. But I just wanted to get on here, and I'm here to teach you guys and have you guys learn. So this is my little video on how much it would take and how much work you got to do to start a brush hogging business. I hope you guys liked the video and I explained things enough on the video. I know I didn't start the tractor or anything like that, which everyone loves the 4640, and it's cold starts for some strange reason, maybe because she's got a 5-inch straight pipe on it. But that is it for this video. I uploaded a video yesterday, and I'm gonna upload another video today. So I'm gonna be dropping videos left and right because I want you guys to learn with me. And if you guys want to learn with me, go for it. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub too, because I'm telling you guys, once we hit 100 subscribers, we're doing something pretty amazing for you guys. So we're almost there. You guys can keep on keeping on and keep on trucking. So I'm gonna talk to you guys here in a little bit, actually, because this was supposed to be a short video, and I really think it's gonna be like 20 minutes, but that's okay. So peace out, see you guys in the next one, and